Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another race weekend in the Sunday Racing League. Today, we are in France. Let's go through the standings while everybody is coming out of the pit lane. So, El Trucker takes the lead in the Drivers' Championship after a solid P2 at Singapore. So he's leading at 86 points. Face Pantera comes in second at 73 points. Michael Tibb 65 points in third place. Too Late at 62 points, not too far behind. SF Rock at 59 points. Tom H 55 points. Herbie 49 points. Michael 45 points. Lanzi 44 points. Gomez 43 points. Stan 32 points. Lenikovsky 31. NLR Immortal at 28. Wesley at 26. Sami Jensen 25. Dalgizu 24. Apollo 21. Bowinus at 18. Razi 15. Quina 14. Arjan 13. Nathaniel 13. No Jug at 9. And Max at 0 points. Just switch real quick to El Trucker. Constructor standings. Mercedes is leading at 118 points. Red Bull coming in second place at 99 points. Aston Martin 1 point behind at 97 points. AlphaTauri 94 points. Ferrari 90 points. Alpine 86 points. Williams at 58 points. McLaren at 44 points. Alfa Romeo at 35 points. And Haas at 31 points. And on board with El Trucker. First one to try to set a good lap. So we should get, I think, a 128, maybe 127. That would be good. Approaching the final corner. Trying to get a good first lap, and El Trucker sets at 29.4. Noja goes with a 29.8. Apollo 31 flat on the mediums. Stan goes with the 28.9. Lenikovsky with the 29.6. Invalidation for Tom H. His teammate will try to set one. And Gomez goes with the 29.9. Arjan with the 30 flat on the mediums, not what he's looking for. Michael Tibb with the 29.8. Michael crossing the line at the 28.9 flat. Phases going in the pits. Are there anybody on a outlap right now? Oh. So pretty much everyone is on a one lap trial. Maybe a Red Bull on board right now with SF Rock. With purple sector 1. What is he doing? Tom H, man. Just stay on track. I think he's trying to, like, maybe don't burn, trying to not burn his tire, but I mean that's kind of unfair to everybody. Yeah, he's just going straight. Don't know if he has no fuel or something else, but that, I think that's bad. So let's go back to SF Rock. Oh, he had to abort his lap. So I think Herbie is the only one on track. Purple sector 1. Really close to an invalidation for Marcel. And purple sector 2 as well. Looking real good for Herbie so far. And Herbie goes with the 29.1. What about SF Rock? Not on a push lap, so I think the first one to try a second attempt will be Lenikovsky. Yeah, but I think it was unfortunate for you. Don't know if you were maybe pushing too much. A bit of a snap from Lenikovsky, but nicely caught. Yeah, but nice race, man. And Lenikovsky is aborting his lap. So, who's on a lap? Herbie going in the pits. So I think Gomez will be the one to follow. Going wide for Gomez. No invalidation, but clearly lost a lot of time. Is he improving after 2 sectors? Yes, he is. 2 tenths up. on his previous time. Really nice view. A bit of a snap, but nicely caught. And Gomez lost time in the third sector and could not improve. Coming up next is Stanjan. Standan, sorry, my bad. And Stan improves with a 28.838. Taking the lead. Lanzi goes with a 29.7. And Harjan goes with the 29.4. Nojog invalidates his lap. I think FaZe will be the one to cross the line next. FaZe has not set a time yet, but he goes with the 28.908. 8,000 just behind Michael. Red Bull should be coming up next. Tom H improves his time, but not in place. What about his teammate? Invalidates. Next should be Mercedes. He's not in a push lap. So let's go on board with Herbie then. Really on the line for Herbie. So two drivers today with a quali ban, Bowiness and Delgizu. So they will start from the back of the grid. 17 drivers on track today. Oh, and Herbie jumps in the pits. So I think only one trying to set a time now is SF Rock on the mediums. But he's not on the push lap. So I think let's go on board with the Polo. Lenikovsky is right in front of Apollo. And he will try to set one last time. Have to be careful with drivers coming out of the pit lane for their final attempt. Let's find out if he's improving. Yes, he is. Almost a second up. So good improvement. Can he do more? In the final and third sector, a bit of a snap, but nicely caught. Lenikovsky had to abort his attempt. Don't know if he has enough fuel in the tank to go for one last try. So final push for Apollo on the start finish line. And Apollo sets it 29.5. So Lenikovsky will try to set a new one. Who's on a lap? I think Michael. Not Michael. Herbie. Oh, he's on the out lap. And FaZe. DSQ from the session. No jog, improving. Final and last corner with just under 50 seconds to go in the quali. And No Jogs improves with a 29.479. What about Michael? One last try for Michael. Is Lenikovsky on a push lap? No, he's not. SF Rock will start a new one. And Gomez sets it 29.5. Lenzi now. A bit of a slow one. Still managed to cross the line before the timer is off. And we got another driver crossing the line. And there's a Mercedes. Oh, maybe he just tried to avoid somebody. So Tom H now improving. Tom H goes with a 29.7. Lenikovsky not improving. What about Michael? No improvement for Michael. SF Rock now. And SF Rock goes fifth fastest with the 29.4, but El Trucker barely in front with the 29.2. I think that's pretty much it for qualification in France. So, Stan takes P1 in France, in front, well, barely in front of Michael. In second place, third comes FaZe Pantera, Herbie, fourth, El Trucker, P5, SF Rock, P6, Nojak, P7, Arjan, P8, Michael Tib, P9, Apollo, P10, Gomez, P11, Lenikovsky, P12, Tom H, P13, Lanzi, P14, Rijad, P15, Boiness, P16, and Dalgizu, P17, both with no times due to qualification bans. So they will have to work really, really hard if they want to get in the points. Well, in the good points. And Clear weather in France. So formation lap is underway. Predicted pit strategy, I think it will be maybe one stop. Because I've tried two stoppers, soft, medium, soft, and I think it went well, but I think a one stop is maybe the best strategy, but I don't know. Really, really hard track on tire wear. So Stan, starting in first position, will get a lot of pressure from both drivers behind. Michael and FaZe were really, really close. I think they were like below 100. So Stan barely in front of Michael and FaZe. Can't count El Trucker out of this as well. So pretty interesting fight, I think, will be happening in front. Mercedes against AlphaTauri and a wild Aston Martin right between them. So grid is forming up. So 5 red lights and lights are off and away we go in France. So great start by Stan, and also a great start by FaZe Pantera, who managed to get in front of the AlphaTauri. So both AlphaTauris are teamed up now. Tom H goes in front of Lenikovsky at the start. Gomez jumps in front of Apollo, and Apollo goes in and Gomez spins. Don't know if they made contact or something. Lenzi now in front of Bowiness. I think they're both side by side, so drag race into the chicane. Lenzi gets the Bowiness gets the inside, and Rijad not too far behind. Lenzi still having a fight with a Bowie-ness, but goes through. Michael, right behind. Face Pantera, yellow flag in Sector 1, that's Bowie-ness in trouble. Arjan, pushing hard behind No Jug in the slipstream. Del Gizu now having a fight with Lenikovsky. And gets in front of the Ferrari driver. And Arjan goes for a move on the outside of a No Jug. Really good move. So DRS will be activated on this lap. Lanzi now in front of Lenikovsky. Let's go in front. Is Face Pantera gonna launch an attack on Stan? Stan goes wide. That will leave the door wide open for Face Pantera with DRS on this really long straight. And Michael can't make it through. Was really close with Face Pantera. And now Stan is in the slipstream, trying to get in front once again. And yes, he does, but barely. And FaZe takes the inside line. Stan with a late braking move, and nicely done. So really good fight going on at the front. And FaZe going at it again. I think it should be good now. Del Gizu jumps in front of Lanzi, and Gomez in front of Rijad. And Lenikovsky, first driver to pick up a 3-second time penalty already after 4 laps. So Stan has to launch an attack because he's feeling the pressure coming behind from Michael. Stan takes back the lead. Apollo Asen now in front of No Jug. And there's yellow in sector 3. That's Rijad, I think. And a wide exit by Stan. And now Michael Goes in front, and there's contact between FaZe and Stan. Stan spun, but nicely recovered. And he will come back behind Apollo Aston. Is Apollo gonna try to do something to get in front of his teammate kind of far? And now No Jug under pressure. Well, putting the pressure on Stan, but really, really low on ERS. Already under 10%. So really poor management. And there's Linikovsky in trouble at the end of Sector 2. So lost his front wing. Will FaZe Pantera be able to keep up with Michael, who seems to be flying on this track? Michael Tip jumps in the pit, first one to go in. Let's find out what he's gonna go for. And goes for new medium, so looking like a 2-stop for Michael Tibb. Will FaZe be close enough to go in front of Michael? Not using ERS, so I don't think it will be enough. El Trucker also went in the pits. Delgizu gets the job done on No Jug, but No Jug still fighting. Delgizu picks up a 3-second time penalty and Stan spins. Oh, so unfortunate for him. So soft runners struggling right now compared to the mediums, and Tom H moves in front of No Jug due to No Jug making a small mistake. Arjan jumps in the pits. And No Jug as well jumps in the pit. Stan follows them. Ooh, a bit of contact between Tom H, Delgizu and Apollo. And once again, they made contact. And Apollo spins. FaZe Pantera now picks up a 3-second time penalty. SF Rock now moves in front of Herbie. Trying to keep up with FaZe and Michael in front. So DRS open for FaZe Pantera. Apollo now jumps in the pits. Apollo goes for one stop on hards. Stan also on hard. So I think they had to change their strategy due to unfortunate spin. And Tom H now in front of Del Gizu. And Lindsay in front of Del Gizu now. Arjan moves in front of Michael Tibb. SF Rock goes in the pits. Herbie goes in the pits as well. So FaZe trying to get in front of Michael. Oh, both side by side into turn one. But FaZe goes in front. SF Rock and Herbie on the medium compound. Michael can't make it in front of FaZe. What about Lanzi? Almost, but has to go back behind Tom H. Apollo now with a 3-second time penalty. I think he hit the wall. And that's his race over. I don't think we'll be able to see his car if he had terminal damage. Is it gonna disappear? So race is over for Apollo Aston. Lindsay goes in front of Tom H. And FaZe and Michael are the only drivers still out there on soft. So we're looking at a one stop now. There seemed to be yellow flag into sector 1. Tom H now in front of Lindsay. And Marcel gets past SF Rock. Lindsay really close behind Tom H. And FaZe is pulling away, but okay, both of them are pitting now. So pretty sure they will go for mediums. And they will try to go for 17 laps on mediums. So FaZe and Michael barely got out in front of Arjan and Michael Tibb. Tom H currently leading the race Lanzi looking to go in front, and Easy does it with a DRS. Michael Tim now in front of Arjan. And now Tom H goes in the pit. And I think he's the first medium runner to go in. El Shocker under pressure by Herbie. Won't be enough. And now El Shocker will be able to defend because he's in the DRS of Bowiness. I think that Tom H will go for his medium soft. And El Trucker goes on the outside and moves in front of Bowiness. But Herbie follows him through. Maybe SF Rock will join as well. And yes, he does. So Bowiness losing 3 position back to back. Michael Tibb now is having a fight with Arjan. And Bowiness spins, I think. Yes, he is. I think he's gonna come in. Lanzi and Delgizu jumping in the pits. Going for Ards. One-stop strategy. So, really a lot of choices and a lot of different pit strategy. Arjan's light is flashing. Herbie, DRS open, goes in front of El Trucker. Michael ain't close enough. And Delgizu can't quite make it. It's really close. In front. FaZe goes for a late braking move on SF Rock, but SF Rock getting his position back. Lanzi in front of Tom H now. So halfway through the race, Gomez is leading but has not pitted yet. So Herbie is technically leading this Grand Prix. El Trucker with no ERS left will move in front of Herbie, but barely. And there's Rijad with problems behind on the straight. And Rijad picks up a 10-second penalty, but I think it will get removed. A nice DRS train going on behind El Trucker. A bit of a bump by SF Rock. Stan moving in front of Tom H, trying to mitigate the damage of him spinning. Oh, a bit of contact! And elbows are out. I think that was a bit too aggressive by Herbie on El Trucker. Really, really aggressive move by Herbie. Probably could have waited a tiny bit longer, and El Trucker gets his place back. Oh, and contact happening once again between SF Rock and Herbie, and now FaZe joining the fight. Ooh, and another love tap by Herbie now to SF Rock, and SF Rock had to back off because he went a bit wide. So elbows are out between those 5 drivers. And poor exit by SF Rock. But FaZe won't be able to get in front. And SF Rock having a fight with FaZe Pantera. FaZe Pantera going for the outside line. SF Rock pushes FaZe wide. So he had to go off track to avoid contact. Really hard racing happening right now. And now Herbie will be close enough to challenge El Trucker. And can he make it to Herbie? Well, to Gomez, so he gets DRS to defend with. Gomez on a different strategy, 16 laps old mediums. Clearly looking at a one-stop strategy. And Gomez jumps in the pits. That will help Herbie defending against El Trucker because he got DRS out of Gomez. And Herbie is now almost out of the DRS range. It's going to be really close. But I don't think El Trucker will make it, and he won't. So Herbie is now out of the DRS range of El Trucker. And now SF Rock has a clear view at him. And now FaZe putting the pressure. Going side by side. Leaving each other space. A bit of a nudge by El Trucker on FaZe Pantera. Michael Tibb now in front of Bowiness on fresh softs. And SF Rock is back in the DRS of Herbie, so I think maybe Herbie made a mistake. Michael, Arjan are in the pits, and Michael DNFs. Michael DNFs in the pit. What's happening? So that will leave the door wide open for SF Rock, FaZe Pantera, or El Trucker to get on the podium. FaZe moves in front of SF Rock. Trucker now in the pit. Seven laps to go. Arjan moves in front of Michael Tibb on the straight. Penalties are flying right now. Phase too far behind, can't quite make it. A bit too far behind for Lenzi too. But we'll get a good exit and we'll try to go for the inside on Del Gizu. And nicely done. Let's go through penalties real quick. So Herbie with 3, Phase 3, SF Rock 3, Lenzi 3, Del Gizu 3, Stan 6. El Trucker, No Jug, and Tom H are penalty free. Gomez 3 second, Arjan 6, Michael 3, Bowness 3, Rijad with 16, and Lenikovsky with 3 seconds. Bowness picks up another 3 second. Yes, it is. Really close racing happening right now. At the top, SF Rock, FaZe, and Herbie are battling for P1. And Rijad DNF's in the pit. He's had enough. Don't know why Rijad's car came back on track though. Maybe they are. Maybe they are saving ERS to launch an attack and maybe pull away from that DRS. Bowness back in the pit. And while we're saying so, FaZe made a move on Herbie. So FaZe picks up the lead of this race. Stan with another 3-second time penalty. So FaZe not burning up ERS yet. Is Herbie going to be close enough? I don't think he will. Del Gizu going in front of Lanzi. So now we got two battles going on. FaZe versus Marcel and SF Rock for the lead of this race. And behind, Delgizu, Lenzi, and Stan are having a fight as well. Herbie, a bit too far. FaZe trying to pull away. Burning up his ERS. Trying to break that 1 second gap. And maybe get the fastest lap while doing so. Bowiness with a 30.8. And really good strategy by FaZe to just recharge his battery behind behind Marcel, and now breaks it. And Herbie with under 10% of ERS left, so that will leave him pretty much an easy move for SF Rock for P2. Oh, but he's really close. Is he gonna make it? And not enough. Really close. And SF Rock can't make it too. Penultimate lap of this race. And a good strategy by FaZe Pantera to break that 1 second gap in front of Herbie. Is SF Rock going to be close enough? Both of them are at 5%. Tom H in the pits. Maybe he's gonna go for a fastest lap to get that extra point. So FaZe is 1.5 seconds ahead of Herbie. SF Rock trying to close the gap and maybe get P2. And Lanzi moves in front of Delgizu for P4. And I don't think SF Rock will be close enough. 7/10 behind Herbie. Burning everything. Really close. Delgizu launching one last move on the Lanzi. And made it nice and clean for P4. And now Stan, side by side with Lanzi, gets the inside line. That will be it for him. Is Stan gonna be able to maybe outbreak his opponent in front? No, he won't. So FaZe Pantera cruising for a win here in France whilst we're watching one last fight between Delgizu and Stan. So Herbie comes in second place, SF Rock in third, Delgizu P4. And look how close they are. So due to penalties, El Trucker gets P4, so FaZe P1, Herbie P2, SF Rock P3, El Trucker P4, Delgizu P5, Lanzi P6, Stan P7, Gomez P8, Arjan P9, Michael Tibb P10, Nojog comes in P11, Tom H will get P12. Tom H gets the extra point. So Delgizu should get that driver of the day. Coming from the back of the grid. So Delgizu, driver of the day. Good weekend for Aston Martin. So here's your winner. FaZe Pantera should be taking the lead once again in the driver standings, I think, with this win in France. Coming in second place is Herbie, SF Rock rounding up the podium in third place. El Trucker P4, Delgizu P5, Lanzi P6, Stan P7, Gomez P8, Arjan P9, Michael Tibb P10, Nojog P11, Tom H P12, Bowines P13, Lenikovsky P14, Rijad DNF, Michael DNF, and Apollo DNF. So hope you guys enjoyed this race, and we'll see you next weekend in Canada. Bye everyone.